It's time to focus on the things you need, the things you deserve. You deserve a healthy body, supplements that get you moving and keep you moving, that make you feel good, look good, do good. And they shouldn't contain GMOs, artificial ingredients, or heavy metals, ever. Supplements that are clinically studied, use proven absorption technologies, are designed by scientists, and are ethically sourced and produced. Supplements with everything you need, nothing you don't. You deserve a company that you can trust, that's dedicated to safe manufacturing practices and third-party testing, that ensures the highest quality of effectiveness from extraction of ingredients all the way to the composition of the packaging. Wait a second. You deserve to see the process. You deserve a company led by a CEO with a deep belief in the power of people, dedicated to inspiring entrepreneurs to achieve success. A company with a phytonutrient chemist and expert on natural molecules who is obsessed with human health and has your best interest in mind to design its products. A board comprised of talented doctors from around the world. You deserve to be surrounded by people you trust and look up to. Empowered ambassadors that inspire wellness every day. Leaders who are rooting for you to be the best version of yourself. A community that works hard and plays hard. You deserve to experience adventures that take you around the world. And you deserve to be recognized for your hard work. It's time to get what you deserve. It's time to shift your focus. 3.
Well, hello, everyone. Hello, all across the world. Where I am, it's good evening, and I absolutely want to say good morning for everyone joining us across the beautiful pond that we have between us. And I'm excited, really excited. My name is Holly DeMott, and I'm joining you from my home in the desert, my home in Arizona, in Scottsdale, Arizona. And that is rare. That's rare for me to be joining you from here as I'm traveling, I'm working, meeting after meeting, and it feels good. It feels good to be connected on Zoom with all of you right now. And I know we have a really fun topic tonight, a really fun topic about momentum, about lighting the path for momentum. And I feel it. I feel it. And, I'm going to be sharing just so much from my heart with you all tonight. So much of personal experience, so much of what's been happening. And I want you all to take something away from it. I want you to take a lot or a little, if it's one thing where you walk away and you feel brighter, you feel more empowered, you feel like, yes, I can do this. Yes, I want to go into momentum, and this is how I'm going to do it. And I'm going to start with this. It starts right here with you. The momentum starts with you. And Kim did a really fantastic talk a couple weeks ago about just that, the inner words happening, the inner space, the outer space, all of that. And so much of what we're doing here with creating this amazing company together, we're really building something special. And it's building ourselves as well. And you've heard the term that this is a compensation plan with a personal development plan attached. And it absolutely is. And so let's go there first, starting with you. And I love talking about dreams. I love talking about and thinking it and unlocking it. So I had a few years of my life between companies that I stopped dreaming. I stopped dreaming. I didn't have the level of income coming in that I was used to. And I really I shut down that part of my brain. I should go left brain over here. Left brain, right brain. I shut down really more my right brain of like dreaming. And that's something that we have the power to do here is unlock that dreaming bigger for ourselves. And then when we're doing it, it ends up impacting everybody around us. It impacts everybody around us to step into what if? What if, and really have those dreams of something bigger for themselves. And it may not even be bigger. It's just dreams of freedom. It's dreams of living their day as they want to live their day. It's dreams of providing. It's dreams of vacations, experiences. It's dreams of, even laying your head on your pillow at night and not having the financial worries that may be keeping you up at night. Like dreaming is everybody has their own, and there's no right or wrong with that at all. And what I feel like we're doing here is we're such a messenger of helping people to unlock their dreams again. And so it started with me. I had to unlock that. I had to see a vision for myself that's been clouded. And so with you, what would that be? What's been clouded for you that, or you haven't even let yourself go there? It's something you've wanted to do, you want more of, and it's been clouded, and you're like, it's going to fire me up. It's going to get me up in the morning. It's going to give me purpose. And feeling purpose feels really, really good. And so it starts right here with us. It starts with us because we're the ones that have to have that intact. That has to be so solid and like dreaming again, that we are getting up every morning and we're being consistent. So part of creating momentum is being consistent. And with being consistent, though, it might sound easy, and some of you may be the most consistent gym goers. You work out, you're consistent every single day in the gym. And I feel like people have different aspects. They're consistent, some they're not. Well, what we're talking about here is we're talking about being consistent, building momentum with your business, with your three business, where we open up the back office, we look at cycles, and we're like, yes, we're like, we see them increasing week after week after week after week, and that's progress. You see it climb from 3-star, you're like, okay, I'm almost a 3-star pro. Like you feel that. That's momentum. So that's the consistency. And so whatever you're consistent with, think about what you're consistent with in your life. And you can do it. You can be consistent. You absolutely know you can. So let's apply the consistency to this business. Let's apply it every single day with the daily actions with your three business. And with that consistency comes discipline. And it's the discipline to really have your actions meet your words. And that's a big one. So, congruency. When you're so congruent with what you say and your actions, you're going to see like fireworks. Fireworks. You're going to see so much progress happening within yourself, within your business. You're going to gain confidence in yourself because you're following through on what you said you were going to do. I know that may seem really, really simple, and there's power to it. We all have a guilt within ourselves if we don't do something, or we chip away at our self-confidence of, oh, it's something I started and I didn't finish again, something like that. This is the time to break through that, to change that cycle, and to go forward and to know, okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to have discipline. I'm matching my words with my actions. And that starts every day. So, actions that I'm talking about, I'm just going to speak as myself and team members that I work with and everything I see going on. Actions every single day are reach outs, reach outs, reach outs, reach outs, reaching out to people and having fun with it. So, I'm a big one that I love to have fun. And if it's not fun, it feels like work. So I absolutely have to add that fun component in. Otherwise, I'm going to probably be like, oh, I'm going to find something else to do. It has to be fun. And I love doing reach outs. I love it. I think they're fun. I think there's something creative about it where we can reach out to people and we can drive curiosity and be genuine and really care about the conversation. And then we share a tool, and then we follow up with that. We go to the next step of another tool. We plug him into a Zoom. We get him on the phone doing a connect call, connect Zoom. Like there's many facets that we do to have someone enroll. And to me, it's a little bit of a game. That's how I make it fun. And I want to share some tips with reaching out, as this may be the part where some people get stumped, or it may come across as very programmed. And it's really, though, about connection. So, how I like to reach out to people, whether it's someone I just met the other day at a restaurant, that my mom introduced me to talk with, or it's someone that I haven't talked to for a while. So one, I like to call them. And it's something I've learned from some people on the team, like they're picking up the phone calling. And I'm like, calling is you're getting to the result faster with calling people. Yes, calling, not texting. And there's a place for texting, sure. And so it's calling and it's calling people. And I love to say if it's someone that I haven't seen since college or since my corporate days or someone from 5 years ago, an old neighbor, whatever it may be, I like to call them and say, hey, Kathy, hey, it's been a while and there's a reason for my call. And first, how are you? So I acknowledge there's a reason for my call because I don't want to like come in with how are you and then bam, hey, this is really the reason I'm calling. I didn't care how you were. That's not it. I like to say, hey, Kathy, how are you? I'm so happy I reached you. It's been a while. There is a reason for my call. And first, how are you? And I really want to know how she is. That could absolutely lead in to the three conversation because people love to talk about their health. People love to talk about money, even or not having a vacation or job, all that family, vacation. They love talking about it. So that may lead into it. So she'll say, oh my gosh, this, that, whatever. And then we'll converse if it's someone I haven't talked to in a while. And then she may bring it up if I don't, and she'll be like, hey, what's the reason for your call? I'm like, ah, awesome. This is the reason. I'm so happy that I had a reason to reach out to you. I love saying that because I really feel it. I'm so happy there's a reason that I have to reach out to you. And what I do then is I share my story. So my story, it's three sections, something Samson has talked about and I've followed Samson's lead on the story. So the story is the first part is your prior experience. And this could be prior experience to three. It could be job related. It could be family. It could be health enthusiast. It could be whatever you want. And you could have different stories. It could be whichever one. Like for myself, I would have a story of working corporate. My path. I worked corporate for 8 years and then I pivoted to network marketing. And I believe I love network marketing when done right. Well, I love amazing products. I love, and I'm always looking for products that I can look and feel younger, look and feel 10 years younger. Well, I found it. Okay, so that was my first part of my story. That was my first part. So I didn't go into detail about myself. If they most likely already know. If it's someone that's a fresh contact, I may share a little bit more. And then the second part of the story is how I was introduced and why I said yes. How I was introduced and why I said yes. And then I would go into, well, I found it. I was introduced through a friend, a chiropractor, and I wasn't even looking. I wasn't even looking for a company or a business. And I kept hearing about the products. And the more I heard, and then I looked at the compensation plan, I knew right when I saw the compensation that I could not say no. I knew it. I knew that if I said no to taking a look further into this and joining, that I would regret it. So I said yes. That's why I said yes, because these products have a higher bar than anything I've ever used when we talk about integrity of the products and this company and the leadership we're paired with. So that's step two. That's step two. How I was introduced and why I said yes. Step three. Step three of your story, and this is the final piece. Step three is how is it going and where is it going? How is it going? I haven't had skin this great since I don't even know in my 20s. So clear, hydrated, the complexion, like the elasticity, and people that know me know I'm a skin person. So I talk through that. I'm like, I have not seen results like this. My gut has never been better. I feel lighter. I feel 10 years younger. And wow, this team that we have here, they're electric. It's a team like I've never been a part of before. The vision of where this company is going, being a part of a company in 15 countries and setting records for our sales. And I thought of you because, so I like to say how it's going, where it's going. And then this is what I like to say. So your story's done. Your story's done. So that's the story, and being consistent, sharing your story every single day. You could be at Starbucks and share your story. You could be anywhere, sitting by someone on an airplane and sharing your story. The more you share your story and practice your story, practice it, practice in the mirror, practice in the car, and everybody in the car anyway talks to people. So they're not going to know if you're on your speakerphone or if you're talking to yourself. So practice your story, and you can change it up, play with it, have fun with it. And then the very end, when I'm done with my story, what I like to say is, I thought of you because, Kathy, I thought of you because you were like the best neighbor that I had in Chicago. Like I love seeing you. I loved our walks, and I love that this is a reason to reach out to you. And I know you are into health, and it may or may not be a fit for you. And I know it is worth your time to find out. Would you be open? Once I say, would you be open? It's this. Zip it. You zip your mouth shut and you wait. And I know that piece right there, once I learned that, that made such a difference. Because you have this like nervous talk after that because you're like, what are they going to say? Zip it and wait for them to answer. There's magic in that. Try that. Play around with that. And so I'll repeat that for you guys. I thought of you because, and say why. This may or may not be a fit for you. And I know it is worth your time to find out. Would you be open to taking a look? And then zip it. Okay. So there's some magic in that story, and that's how a phone call would go. If it's someone like I just met the other day, then I already shared my story with them in person. And so now it's about follow-up. And one of the tools that I use, I actually don't have them unwrapped, but one of the tools I use is this green book that we have, which I love. I love it. I love it. I love it. I left one with them, and now I have follow-up to do. So that consistency with the follow-up. So every day you should have people you're reaching out to and then follow-up. People you're reaching out to and follow-up. And the key is, so you're not like you're having fun with it and it's nice, is to have fun. Be creative with it. Be really, really creative with it. Okay, so there's discipline in having yourself do that every day. So if you just had the goal of, hey, one day a week, I'm going to share my story. Okay, so that piece, you guys got that. And there's also parts of consistency with working within your team, working with your team, getting together with your team, being plugged in. So being plugged in may seem like, oh yeah, I got that. It really, though, it has to be something on the forefront. And you may put it in your calendar. It's being plugged in to what's being said within your team groups, plugged in with your sponsor, plugged into what other Zooms besides the ones we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night. What events are going on in your area? Being plugged into that. And that's take advantage of those events. So when you're building momentum, you have the reach outs, you have the follow-ups, and you have events. You have events. And if you don't have events, create events and make events, have events. One of the things that's worked extremely well for our team is having home events and public events. And there's something about a home event when you invite people into your house. You're inviting people in, and you want to make sure, like, I want to make sure there's people here, whether you have a leader coming in to present or you have a leader presenting on a TV that's zooming in to talk to your people. You want people here. And so home events, that has been one of the biggest components of our success, is having events, home events. And there's magic in them. There's something about just talking with people heart to heart and having them repeatedly, like not just stopping at one, having multiple. Okay, next week, same time, next week or 2 weeks, same time. Oh, wait, next week, oh, it's going to be at Sarah's next week, this month, and share and having the team participate in those. So the home events are really, really awesome. And it's not just having one a month, it's having multiple. And it just depends how fast you want to go. So I'll just say that. I always say that I'll match people energy for energy with whatever speed they want to go. And whatever speed they decide, that's awesome. That's the speed they're going to go. Like I never push my intention on them. I do not do that. So whatever speed you want to go, and you decide that. And I feel like the speed though is in correlation to your dreams of where you want to go. Like like if you have that dream and then you're like, okay, I'm getting closer, like then your speed goes more and more, right? You're like, okay, wait, I want to do another one. Wait, can we do one next week? So that feeling of like, okay, let's do more, let's do more. That's when you start to really, the climb starts happening and you start to really feel that momentum. And so we love home events and having urgency with those. Having urgency with when you're setting someone up, when you're working with people, when you're getting them started. There's there's a magic in urgency for people to get started. So if people are like, "Hey, I just need to think about this." And be like, "You know what? Sure. What do you want to think about? And I'll help you. I'll send you some additional tool that we have, a different video, or let's get you on a Zoom." Like I like to understand what they want more of, because the truth is people are not going to go home and get in a thinking chair and think about it. Usually what happens if we're like, oh, think about it, it's like to the side and they forget about it. And it could be a week, 2 weeks. And meantime, you're looking at your list going, what happened to Sally? Like she said she had to think about it, but I haven't heard from her. So then it's like, well, Sally, it hasn't even thought about it. And then by the time you reach out, she's like, oh yeah, well, so there's amazingness and urgency. And you can do it with such like composure. So it's not pushy. It's not pushy at all. It's composed urgency, knowing where you're here to help them to make a decision. And I love to use the terms with people when I'm talking with them. I love to say, okay, I want to help you close the gap to help you to make a decision. So let's start with that. What questions do you have that pop up right away from the videos you saw? Let's talk further into that, what the business would look like. And I want to get them talking. And then one great question that I absolutely love is, what additional information do you need before you get started? What additional information do you need before you get started? Okay, so all of that these are all fun little things to say and have fun with. And when you have your list of people, I always say you should have a pipeline of at least 30 people. And a pipeline of 30 people, that's 30 people that have some sort of three information. So we have two different things. You have a list of people, the Spark list in the WOW workbook, that's your list of people. All the people that you wrote down that you're thinking of, that you're like, hey, I want to reach out to this person. Hey, this person, you're writing all that down. And I think there's 50 people on the Spark list right there. So out of those 50, that's your list. Once you reach out to them and they say, yes, I'm open, then you move them to your pipeline. They go in your pipeline. So that's your follow-up list of like, okay, they said they're open. I sent them the opportunity overview video from Monday night with Nilbert, and you could check. Okay. And then the key right there is to finding out when a good time is to follow up. Okay, I'm going to send you this video. Would tomorrow morning or tomorrow night, which would be better for me to call you and we can talk through it and get a time. So give them options. So there's a couple things that I don't say, and I know I'm kind of getting really granular with you guys on some of this, and I hope it's helpful. I don't say, let me know. I don't say that. Let me know is like, no. Because if you really think about it, how many people let you know? They don't. That's an easy thing for be like, oh yeah, I'll let you know. And then they never let you know. So I love to give them options. Hey, I'm gonna send you the video right now. And then, hey, I really would love for you to talk with the person that got me started. And I'm looking right now at their availability. They could talk at, 10 o'clock or 5 o'clock tomorrow, which is better. And when you pose it like that, which is better, they immediately think 10 or 5. And they're like, oh, the 5. I get off work at 4, 5 works. Perfect. 5 o'clock. I'm going to send you a link and I cannot wait to see you. Watch the video. In the meantime, if you want to send me a text and chat, text me. But otherwise, I'll see you at 5. Done. Okay, so there's magic in giving them options instead of you saying, what time works for you? That when people ask me that, my mind just kind of spins out of control. I mean, it really does because I immediately think of my calendar and I'm like, oh my gosh, what time works for me? Really, nothing works. My mind spins. But if someone were to give me options and say, hey, how about 1 o'clock or 7 o'clock? What I'm gonna do is pull up my calendar. 1 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Am I open? Hey, 1 o'clock's open. Perfect. So give people options for the follow up, and that's your pipeline. I have a clipboard right here, and your pipeline is like all writing down people. Okay, they saw this. I talked to them here. Okay, I'm gonna urgency. You want urgency with the follow up. There's power in the urgency. The desire starts to like fade away when you don't have urgency. If people have come to an opportunity, like a presentation in person, Zoom, or at your house, whatever it may be, or you met, and it's been days and days and days, that urgency is really starting to fade away every day. Their desire to do this is fading away. So your excitement, your follow up, and like I said, do it with composure. Do it with helping to guide them to close the gap to help them to make a decision. When you're just more in limbo, like, oh, I'm going to send you this, haha, that doesn't speak to them. They want someone who has composure that says, hey, let's really let's sit down. Let's find another time to talk. Hey, if this is something you want to do, I want to get you started. Like I know how I feel on these products and I can't wait for you to get these. When is a good time for us to talk again? 1 o'clock or 7 o'clock? And like work through the times. Okay, so that's enough on the list and follow up. Okay, you guys understand me. You're following along and use your story. And then, trusting the process of all of this. So, what I just said, I know you may be like over and over and over again. That's what we do. Because what you're doing in that phase of finding the right process that works for you, you have a deck of cards. It's something Kim originally showed us. You have a deck of cards. These are actually like stargazer cards. These are actual playing cards. Someone gave them to me, which was so fitting for me. What you're looking for is you're looking for these. You're looking for the four aces. You're looking for people that are matching your energy, that have the desire, that are dreaming again. Yes, these other cards are also really great. Absolutely, I want to take kings, queens, jacks, all of them. Yes, because our business is full of raving product fans. People that want to use the products, people that want to have a very part-time income, people that want a large income. And the aces are those that want to have a larger income. So we want all the cards, but you're really looking for these four aces. Those are going to match your energy. They're going to match what you're doing, saying, okay, I'm showing up. I'm plugging in. I'm showing up. What's next? I'm coachable. I'm here. Work with me. And they're out there. I want to share that with you. They're out there and they're going to show up in your business when you least expect it. And they may not even be your enrollment. They may come through your team, someone that you've enrolled. And because you've shown up, this person is now showing up within your team. That's how it works. If you show up, when you show up, then more people are going to show up. More people are going to show up. Okay, I love the beauty of it. I've lived it. I love it. I love meeting new people, and I'm always like so amazed with the people that join our business and our company, because it's beautiful. The people we're attracting, and again, it starts with us. It starts with our own energy. I always share that we all have a light, and like if that light's been dimmed, you've got to like dust it off, Bring it out because your light is what people are attracted to. When you walk into a room, when you're talking on the phone with people, even when you're thinking about somebody and then you guys talk and you're like, I was just thinking about you. You guys, that's energy. People are attracted to you. Like, give yourself credit. Give yourself credit for the amazing human being that you are and believe in the gifts that you're offering people with what we have here. And it's the community, it's the products, it's the opportunity, it's the company, it's the trips, it's all of it. And you can tell it oozes out of me because this is the best company that I've ever seen. What we're involved with right now, why I have urgency so much is one, I know where my dreams are. And two, I know where the dreams are within my team. I want to know them. I cannot wait for them to get paychecks and be like, what? This is how much I got paid this week? Like that feels so good. But there's an urgency of the timing of this company and taking advantage of it. We're less than 2 years old. Reminder, we're less than 2 years old. We're babies, you know? And here we are sitting, I always say we're sitting on a gold mine, and we are. We're sitting on this like amazing thing that's about to blossom. And here we are, an integral part of it. Anytime you're invited and you could be a part of meetings within three, show up, go, be at them, conferences, the Hong Kong event coming up in March, the event coming up in Salt Lake City in June. We have a Vegas event coming up this weekend. And anytime you can be a part of it, go, because it's a very special time. And that all is an energy that fuels into you, which fuels into your team, fuels into who you're attracting, and it grows from there. So one more thing to talk about is with trusting the process is not letting the highs get too high and not letting the lows get too low. Now, how many of you could feel that when I just said it? You're like, oh, like I have had a couple of those moments. I have too. I've learned through them. Wall kicking moments, wall kicking. I've lived it. That's how I can talk about it now. And it's not letting those highs get too high and the lows get too low, because that's the peaks and the valleys. And you really want to stay more even right here. Yeah, it can go a little wavy. It's not going to go deep, because when you're going so low and you're just disappointed. So disappointment comes when you have expectations of people that they did not even agree to. So that's what I'm really cautious of. Like even if, let's say, new builders came in ready to go, I really have zero expectation, as I'm not going to put that on them until, they're going to get going into the business. I don't have that expectation. And so I keep it here. I don't keep it like, well, wait, they said they were going to do so much. Oh my gosh, they came in, they're ready to go. And then, oh my gosh, I don't know why they're not calling you back. So there's high and then there's low and you feel it. And that's where you keep it really even, so you're not disappointed. And that is going to help grow you. It's going to help you bring in more people, more people, more people, and more people to find your aces, more people to find your kings, your queens, your jacks, all of it. And I love that piece. And I know that may be challenging for you initially, or maybe you've already gone through that. I think family is one of the biggest ones. I hear people's emotions go low. Why aren't they listening to me? Why aren't they joining? And it's a low. And you gotta not have that expectation. So for me, what I like to do is I like to lead by example. I love to lead by example. I love to prove people wrong. I do. And I don't talk about what I'm going to do. I don't talk about the success. I do it all, you could say, in the dark. I mean, I know what my work does for my own purpose, and that's what matters most. It's not, for me, it's not about outside. And the emotions then are all on me. I have expectations of myself. I don't have expectations of others to go like this. Highs, the lows, the highs, the lows. And the highs and lows, I'll mention more. Like, let's say someone comes in and then they're like, wait a minute, they're not ordering a second month low. And you're like, what? And then, I mean, those things happen. And the biggest tip that I have with people that have came in with you is communication. The more you're in communication with them, and it's a communication of support, text, hey, just checking in, how are you doing? Like that goes so far. If you just enroll people and then they're off the radar and you don't talk to them, then I don't know what's going to happen to them. And so communication's key. Make sure you help guide people and help them get plugged in, invite them to events with you. Okay, so we covered quite a bit with momentum, kind of several different things that I believe are absolutely essential with building a business and daily things and having fun with it and really trusting yourself. Also knowing what you have, knowing your gifts, knowing that you're reaching out with such great intentions. And if I had to leave you with anything, I want you all to practice your story. I want you to practice your story and set a goal. I will share my story at least one time every single day. If you have bigger goals than that, then you want to share it 3 times a day, 5 times a day. How many times? Set a record. Be like, how many times can I share my story in a day? And at the end, it always leads into may or may not be a fit for you. And I know it's worth your time to take a look. Would you be open? So it always goes into that because that's how you're going to know if they're open to take a look, to send them a tool, to do another call with them, to connect them, get them a recording, whatever it may be. Okay, it's been awesome tonight talking with all of you. I love it. I love that you're all plugged in. I love that you're wanting to be better. I love that you are, dreaming, unlocking this, dreaming bigger, and really do that tonight. Dream bigger. Think, what is it I want? And this one thing that's worked for me is what type of people do I want to attract into my business? And I love to write down the attributes of the people I want to attract. And that I want someone that's coachable. I want someone that's trustworthy. I want someone with integrity. I want someone that's fun because I love fun. I want someone who is a go-getter. I want someone who is consistent. I want someone who shows up. Like those things. And write down what it is for you. And that's knowing every day, read that. I'm attracting, act as if, and you're attracting those people into your business. Okay, it's been fun. It's been fun talking to you guys tonight. I love it. I love it. I love it. And you guys have an awesome week. And I'm happy that we got to spend time together and you took something away from this. Okay, bye everyone.